Doing business with the Department of Defense, or DoD, might be one of the most lucrative opportunities in the entire United States. Now that might sound like it's a bold statement, yet Lockheed Martin made $50.7 billion in revenue from DoD contracts in 2017 alone. The defense contractor also landed a 60-year deal for the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter jet valued at an estimated $1 trillion back in 2019. Although there's a lot of money on the table, it does come at a cost. When you think of doing business with the government, you might think of movies like 2005's Lord of War starring Nicolas Cage or 2016's War Dogs featuring Jonah Hill and Miles Teller. Both of those movies are loosely based on true stories about arms dealers from the 80s to early 2000s scheming their way into landing massive deals with the DoD. The moral of those stories is that crime doesn't pay and their schemes eventually catch up with the main characters. However, it was extremely easy to conduct business and win contracts with the DoD in both blockbusters. In War Dogs alone, all the main characters had to do to win a contract with the DoD was log into fedbizops.gov, find a massive contract, and convince government leaders to work with them. If you've seen that movie and didn't know, fedbizops.gov, more commonly known as FBO, was an actual website that housed all the DoD's contract bids. It still exists today, but is known as sam.gov. The way that those movies portray landing DoD contracts is accurate based on the years that they take place, yet modern-day contractors will tell you that it isn't as nearly as easy as it used to be. And yet doing business with the DoD is only going to get more difficult, especially once 2025 arrives. Not to mention, it's going to cost more too. Of course, what I'm referring to is the upcoming enforcement of the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification, or CMMC. If you have any existing contracts with the DoD, you've probably heard the acronym CMMC whispered throughout your office, fueled by a general sense of fear. To make matters worse, the way that CMMC categorizes different contractors into different levels isn't as straightforward as some might hope. Don't get me wrong, the CMMC AB provides a fantastic guide that lays out everything about the new requirements in detail. Yet, sometimes it's easier to understand requirements in chunks of information written in plain English. Hi everyone, I'm Matt from eTactics, and today I'm going to give you a breakdown of CMMC Level 3 requirements. Before we get started though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, hit that alert bell icon next to it as well, so when we post new helpful content, you get notified. After Level 1, a Level 3 CMMC certification will be the most popular level. Although none of them are easy to achieve, achieving each level of certification is a gradual process because they build off of one another. At Level 1, there are 17 required practices. At Level 2, there are 55 additional required practices. So really, you have to achieve 72 requirements in order to be designated as a CMMC Level 2. But here's the kicker. Level 2 is only a stepping stone in the CMMC ecosystem. In other words, it's not likely that the DoD will put CMMC Level 2 as a requirement to bid on a contract. It's much more likely that they're going to put Level 3 as a requirement to bid instead. CMMC Level 3 adds 58 practices on top of the 55 you'll need to achieve for Level 1 and Level 2 certification. That puts it at a whopping 130 practices across 16 domains in total to be CMMC Level 3 compliant. Yikes. Level 3 builds on the preparatory work of the prior two levels. In short, its main focus is achieving total CUI protection by incorporating NIST SP 800-171 plus other protections. To put the importance of NIST into perspective for you, 48 of the additional 58 practices come from NIST SP 800-171. The CMMC AB defines Level 3 as achieving good cyber hygiene across all practices while ensuring the management of all processes. The domains that see additional requirement controls for CMMC Level 3 are access control, assessment management, audit and accountability, assessment and training, configuration management, identification and authentication, incident response, maintenance, media protection, physical protection, recovery, risk management, security assessment, situational awareness, system and communications protection, and system information integrity. You're hopefully not in the same scenario as they were in the movie War Dogs, so you don't have to worry about any fraudulent or legal issues coming your way. However, you still need to start thinking about how you're going to receive CMMC accreditation by the end of 2025. Depending on how much CUI you work with on a daily basis, there's a good chance that you fall in CMMC Level 3 designation. If that's the case, at least you now know its requirements. If you'd like to learn more about CMMC, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below. Well, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our YouTube channel.